Hello, good evening. It's time for Business Live. Here's what's coming up. Ghana's insurance sector touts its preparedness to compete in the African Continental Free Trade Agreement area. Also, Cocoa Board to make chocolates free for all Ghanaians as the National Chocolate Week is being launched today. Plus, what does it take to be female in a male-dominated career as engineering? We hear from Ghana's first female to head the Federation of the African Engineering Organizations. We have all these stories coming up shortly after this break. Just stay. Hello and welcome. Well, one question battling the minds of all young entrepreneurs out there has been how to compete in a business environment that is fast changing. One development organization championing the competitiveness of businesses, small and large, is that of the Africa Aurora Business Network, of which the CEO, Maureen Odoe, is the, of course, CEO at that particular nature. And she's come up with a publication, a book actually, which spells out some secrets that entrepreneurs must adopt to remain successful and profitable. She joins us via Zoom. Maureen, we're so grateful that you joined us, first of all. Thankfully, I do have a copy with me, which is the 12 secrets, the 12 golden secrets for entrepreneurs, the keys to business wisdom and wealth. What exactly is contained in this book regarding the golden secrets?
Thank you very much for having me, Charles. It's a pleasure, and hello to all your great faces. I would like to say that this book is one that has 12 special golden secrets for entrepreneurs. And I like to talk about the very first one because this first one is so important for any entrepreneur who wants to really succeed. And this golden secret says, ignite hope to persevere business. Igniting hope to persevere in business is so critical. And even the current situation even tells us more than what I intended to write about. So can you imagine what is going on right now if you don't have hope? Can you imagine what will happen? This book takes some of these issues and storytelling is used to explain and share deep insights. Young entrepreneurs, growing entrepreneurs, and even established entrepreneurs. Igniting hope is important. Where I get my hope is from God. And there are 12 secrets that are universal. And these 12, two are one that I came out with. These two are so important. One being what I just shared, is igniting hope to persevere in business. And the last one is on giving. The others are universal in nature. Lots of entrepreneurs do know them. The difference between what they know and what is contained in this book, 12 Golden Secrets for Entrepreneurs, is its applicability. And these universal principles that stem from the fact that if you don't start with from within and from a higher perspective, that is embracing the universe and the creator, the universe, a hope can be short-lived. Because when turbulence comes, you will disappear. When you are keeping God, what happens is that whatever plans you have, even when things change, you're able to also adapt. So basically, that's the first one, and it's so important for me to read to you very simple, very simple, I'll say poem that I wrote myself as part of this, and it seeks to demonstrate what I mean by that. And the poem goes like this: I am created in the image of God. I am creating every second. I am calling forth the light. I am shining so brightly. I am connecting to the lights. I am illuminating the souls. I am guided by the lights within. I am. Oh, what a hope ignited soul. I am. I can because I am. I can reach the world because I am.
That's great.
Grateful to you because today I am reaching the world. That is hope.
That's great. Well, Maureen, on page 58 of your publication, you made it known the need for entrepreneurs to seek relevant information. And I want to just read, excess of the golden nuggets, which says that no entrepreneur can visit who wishes to succeed must rush into starting a business without adequate research. We do know that, close to 80% of SMEs in Ghana do not survive beyond 5 years. And deep down the research, we understand that most of them, as rightly stated in your book, do not seek the right information out there.
Very much so. So people start businesses, some of the reasons is because somebody else is doing things, they're doing well. So they jump right into the business without understanding, without having a plan, without understanding the market and the needs, without knowing the segment they want to even serve. They just go ahead and start the business. So you can see, okay, somebody starts manufacturing pure water. Suddenly, a lot of people are manufacturing. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't know who the person is trying to serve. You don't know the niche they're looking at. You don't know how they have come up with a business model. You want to do the same thing. So what happens to you? Because of that, you fail because you don't know the dynamics of the industry. And you just want to produce water because you see your colleague producing pure water and they are doing very well. So this is something that is happening a lot of small businesses, especially in this part of this world. The people don't take time to go and understand, find a coach, a mentor, study, learn about the business, go to experts, attend workshops, learn a bit more, so that by the time you start your business, you understand what you are doing and what you are getting out to, and then have people who can support you with the right advice and help you to be successful. We have our patron, Professor Odwe, and Professor Odwe has this very interesting quote that we always use in all our workshops. And he says, and I quote, "Dream big, start small, now like an eagle." He always believes that dreaming big is great. But the fact that somebody dreamt big and is dead doesn't mean you should also just jump into dreaming big. Dream big, but start small. How do you start small? By understanding. Try with research, try with a pilot, understand what you can do to also be successful. So you are right in saying that a lot of businesses fail because part of the reason is that they don't understand what they're doing. They fail to seek the relevant information. So the book brings up examples and stories and anecdotes, interesting things, and provides even some coaching lines to help you to make sure you don't make the same mistake and become a statistic.
That's great. Maureen Odo, we're so grateful that you joined us with this book that you have published, The 12 Golden Secrets for Entrepreneurs, Keys to Business Wisdom and Wealth. We're grateful once again that you joined us. Well, the Chief Executive Officer of Africa Sureties and Insurance Advisory, Solomon Lartey, has said that the new insurance bill approved by Parliament and assented to by President Akufo-Addo will deepen insurance penetration and place the Ghanaian insurance industry in good stead to handle the insurance needs of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement area. He spoke to me earlier on the marketplace.
I think the issue is that, of course, insurance penetration in Ghana is very low. There's no doubt. It's below 2%. But the introduction of certain elements into the new insurance bill, as I see it, are likely to increase insurance penetration. For example, if you talk about marine insurance and other compulsory insurances that hitherto were not pursued as compulsory insurances, would definitely help to increase penetration. So on that score, yes, it will increase penetration. The second part of it is on the issue of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. I think that agreement streamlines, if you like, business processes on the continent. It makes it easier and more accessible to access markets, various markets within the continent. And so if insurance companies and reinsurance companies in Ghana, for instance, would take advantage of that, then of course it is going to help increase penetration.
That's great. But, you know, speaking about the insurance bill, we shall be grateful if you could even expatulate more for us. But even as you do that, there are also outstanding challenges faced the insurance industry in Ghana, one of which is the payment of claims. You know, we've had the NIC raise this issue time and time again. And we're having this discussion on the back of the Continental Free Trade Agreement area as well, when various players from the African continent are saying that if you don't clean up the mess behind you, having to compete on the African continent could be much more of a challenge.
Of course, there are many initiatives that the National Insurance Commission has introduced. But I don't speak for them, but from where I sit as a consultant and advisor for insurance businesses within Africa, I think that some of the initiatives they've introduced would help clean up the mess in the Ghanaian insurance industry. First is the issue of undercutting. They've introduced minimum insurance rates. And I think that if insurance companies themselves will comply with those minimum rates, then it would help reduce the issue of undercutting. Secondly, they've introduced a motor insurance database, which helps monitor and find those people issuing fake stickers, for instance. So if that system also works, or we allow it to work, then gradually they are cleaning up the insurance space.
Let's still stay on insurance because the National Insurance Commission has commenced training of some fire service officers on the basic principles of insurance, fire insurance, as well as risk management. Speaking at the opening of the training in Accra, the Commissioner of Insurance, Dr. Justice Yaofori, noted that the commencement of this training is a continuation of a series of insurance training programs outlined and targeted at not only security agencies, but also other allied agencies.
This training, which will be facilitated by the Ghana Insurance College, is to equip you in discharging your duties as officers whose career path is hinged on fire safety and sensitization, among others. The National Insurance Commission will continue to collaborate with the Ghana National Fire Service in order to bring fire insurance to the doorsteps of every home and business. I wish to state that the commencement of this training is a continuation of a series of insurance training and awareness programs outlined and targeted at not only the security agencies, but also other allied agencies. This has the objective of providing insurance protection for all properties. I am delighted about the prospects of this training, as it coincides with the development of a database for compulsory commercial fire insurance by the National Insurance Commission. This training is also expected to equip you in basic principles of insurance with particular focus on areas such as fire insurance and risk management.
The Ghana Cocoa Board, in collaboration with the Ghana Tourism Authority, says that a national campaign to whip up the consumption of chocolates will begin this year. Now, this comes upon the launch of the 2021 National Chocolate Week celebration today. This means a lot, especially when the consumption of chocolate remains woefully low in the country. Fifi Boafo is the head of corporate affairs at Cocoa Board, and he earlier spoke to me on this matter on the marketplace.
The point is that chocolate consumption has to be part of our communication in the country. So what we are doing this time around is create top-of-the-mind awareness, activities that will ensure that in our communication, in our conversation, we talk about the chocolate consumption, and then also to let people know the reason why there's a need for them to consume chocolate, the health benefits associated with it, and of course, giving it out as a treat and all that. So we've lined up a number of activities to ensure that it becomes a topical issue, something we all talk about and what we discuss, so that at least create a top-of-the-mind awareness, create some buzz and excitement around it. So, for example, there are campaign songs that have been done by very prominent musicians, which will be aired on our radio and television stations. at the bar stops, at the airport, at places where people meet quite often. And then also to let people have a taste of chocolate. And when they develop the taste, it will help us in pushing the campaign forward. So as I indicated, unfortunately the line was bad. There are banking institutions who from next week, when you go there to do business with them, they will serve you with a chocolate.
That's all banking institutions, all the banks across the country.
Well, if your bank is not doing that, then you should ask yourself why your bank is not doing that. But the truth is that a number of the banks have indicated that this is a national cause. This is something we need to do as a country. This is something we need to do to build our country. So the expectation is that every bank will be doing that. But then in a situation where a bank is not doing that, well, I'll be asking myself why my bank is not supporting such a national cause. On top of that, on Monday, first thing in the morning, the expectation is that every Ghanaian will share his or her chocolate experience. There are influential people, senior government officials, and I'm expecting you, Charles, and your colleagues to do the same, to share your chocolate experience. It becomes a topical issue, something we all talk about, and we share experiences for the public to also continue the conversation from that point.
All right.
I can tell you that the president will be doing that. The vice president, senior people who have different institutions will be doing so. And then our partner media houses will have these messages also broadcasted or televised for people to know what people's experience is when it comes to chocolate consumption, to generate the conversation so that the awareness will be there and we'll take it up from there.
That's Fifi Boafo there on the National Chocolate Week celebration, which will see several campaigns being rolled across the country to whip up the consumption of chocolates in Ghana. But away from that, the past president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Carlene Bushdet, says that she's been appointed, of course, as the 5th president of the Federation of African Engineering Organizations. Well, I met her at her office at the Ghana Institution of Engineering, where we got up close and personal about her life, her career, and contributions to Ghana's economic development. And I've come through with this report. I was honored to sit with her for our interview at the head office of the Ghana Engineers Council. Here, she walked me through the profile of her predecessors dating back to 1945. These were all men.
I did my 6th form in Presec, which was a boys' school, and from then on, it's been males all around. I was the only female in the class, so I've become used to being surrounded by males. And I think in general, the engineers I was working with also became used to me. They even forgot I was female.
She's taken on a role largely dominated by men. As a structural engineer with over 35 years experience, Engineer Carlene Bushdet has seen it all and largely contributed to Ghana's development.
And one of the main priorities is in ensuring that the continent has a competent, diverse group of engineering practitioners and engineering industries.
Okay.
We need to know, they must also be sufficient for our needs. So we will be working with all the different countries to make sure that we are training enough. We'll be looking at accreditation of engineering institutions, and in that we are working closely with the Federation of Engineering Institutions in Asia and Pacific, and then the International Engineering Alliance, so that we bring up standards to international levels.
In 2019, Engineer Bushdet chaired a government-appointed committee to assess Ghana's earthquake hazard and risks. We are in 2021 and already there are alerts over a possible earthquake. I sought to find out Ghana's earthquake preparedness and response.
We are exposed to a potentially disastrous earthquake. Now, an earthquake will be disastrous depending on how prepared our buildings are. Mm-hmm. So the question, how prepared are we? I would say we are not very prepared simply because we have a lot of buildings already in existence, and many of which were not constructed in a manner that would ensure that they can resist a disastrous earthquake.
Ghana can be proud of many male engineers produced over the years. Being one of a few female engineers, Engineer Carlin Bushted has called for an aggressive action to level the playing field.
I don't think Ghana is faring too well at the moment. There was a time when they had done quite well and gotten quite a few females in the university, but now as a proportion, I believe it's between 15 to 20%, which is not good at all. Worldwide, it's around 30%, which is also not good. But the surprising thing is that in some of the Asian and Arab countries, they have passed 50%. So it's doable. You know, there are some countries that are going past 50%. So it's not something that cannot be done.
As she takes on this new challenge, all the burden on Engineer Bushted is to open a door of possibilities for all women and girls vying to step into her shoes. I'm Charles Aite reporting for Joy Business. You still watch Business Live for that matter. We're going for a short break. We're right back with more stories to stay. Hello there, you're welcome back. Now, government has assured banana and other food exporters of resolving the trade issues with the United Kingdom as customers in Britain expressed major concern in the delay of supply. The UK has been considering new trade laws post-Brexit. Already, some UK firms have been rejecting imports from Ghana because of the stiffer policy from the UK authority. But speaking to Joy Business Administrative and Corporate Affairs Manager of Golden Exotics, George Koye says that government officials have been meeting with the UK counterparts to resolve the issue, though it wants the resolution as quickly as possible to prevent dire consequences as massive job layoffs.
Now, we are in touch with government and we have been given assurance that they are on a fast track to resolving the issue. We have also seen from the UK side, the publications, that there is a lot of pressure to have this matter resolved as quickly as possible because the customers over there are especially concerned about this situation because all our products are fair trade bananas, you know, and the fair trade clients are quite vocal. So the situation is that we expect this matter to be resolved as quickly as possible, but every day that it is not resolved means that we pay tariffs and then our situation becomes worse. So we are very confident that something is being done and it should be done very quickly, but we hope that it is done.
What will be the breaking point for you as a business?
We don't think this can be a matter of weeks again. It can only be days. Because from next week, if our customer moves the supply to another source, that's already a major problem for us. You know, for how long that will continue, you know, it will mean that we will have the production because it's already planned, but we'll not have a market for it. And this is not a business you can quickly divert to another country.
100,000 euros is so far how much has been paid?
In tariff.
Tariff, yes. How does that translate into the impact on your over 3,000 workers?
Yeah, so what that means is that is the buyer who is paying that now, but you know in business it will be passed on one way or the other. So that is number one. Number two, the volumes that we ship is not what we are doing now, and they are threatening to even reduce it further, you know. So in two ways. First, we lose revenue because we are not doing the volumes we are doing, and because we are fair trade, the premium which we get, which goes into social projects for our workers, will also be lost.
And even as negotiations are yet to begin, we shall give you details as and when we do have them. But in the meantime, that's how we end Business Live with me, Charles Aite. Many thanks for watching.